Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm gonna be giving you part 40 of Uchiha Naruto, this sage. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share it to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also after this I'm gonna be posting Naruto, the god of shinobi on this channel. And on my main channel I'm gonna be posting what if Tsunade was Naruto's mother and what if Naruto was trained to be a mercenary. So after this, go over and check those out and enjoy. And if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King family and be a part of the channel. And thank you all for your support and help. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Start the intro. You can change. You satisfy the rage in me. Take away my pain. You satisfy the rage in me. So the last time we left off, Danzo pushes luck as he kidnapped Karin and Uchiha. Naruto got pissed as he went over there. He murdered almost every single root agent, leaving only one behind. But Naruto didn't kill Danzo. Naruto took his eyes and he cut off his arm, destroying the sharingans with the Mangekyou. As Naruto also crippled Danzo. As Naruto left one root agent behind, so Danzo could live and know that he's been beaten by Uchiha and Naruto. So with that, Naruto went back to the Uchiha compound. Zetsu brought Karin and Uchiha at Karin's house. So yeah, that was basically the last part we left off. So let's start this new episode. Anvu waked Naruto from his sleep as Naruto figured that the Anvu was calling him because of the situation with Danzo. The root Anvu that he left alive had already taken Danzo to the hospital. That means Tsunade is now aware of the situation, and she probably suspects that Naruto was the cause of Danzo's health. But yeah, he was the one that caused Danzo all that damage, but he deserved it after what he'd pulled. Tell her that I'll be there in a few minutes, Naruto said to the Anvu. The Anvu just nodded and disappeared. Naruto sighed as he closed the door. He went upstairs and put on his armor. Odd, he has not been wearing his forehead protector for days now, and no one said anything about it. As Naruto picked it up and looked at it for a moment, as he then tied around his forehead, he then disappeared in swirling flames. At the Hokage's office, Naruto appeared in the office as Jiraiya and Tsunade were waiting for him, as Jiraiya had a serious look on his face and was staring down Naruto as he appeared. What is it? Naruto asked as he folded his arms above his chest. Danzo, stated Jiraiya as he narrowed his eyes at Naruto. As Jiraiya was more willing to talk than Tsunade, who just stayed calm. What about him? Naruto asked, as he already knew, but the way he acted, it was like he didn't know anything. He is currently in the hospital. When he was brought there by one of his Anvu, he was barely alive. Shizune and I managed to save his life. He was in a terrible condition. His right eye was removed, and his right arm was also removed. One of his legs were crushed, and unfortunately, I could do nothing to save it, Tsunade stated calmly, as her tone was very low, as she remembered when she saw the state that Danzo was in, as she could not understand who could have done such a thing to him. As she knew that Danzo was old, but even she knew that he wasn't a pushover. I went to check his bases, Jiraiya said. The walls were covered in blood. Most of his root Anvus were killed by wooden spikes, and I also found traces of black flames, Jiraiya said in a serious tone as he glared at Naruto. So, said Naruto, as he then took a seat. Do you have anything to do with it? I cannot find someone heartless and cold to do something like that, Jiraiya stated, as he knew that anyone who slaughtered an entire organization would have to be ruthless and heartless. You always suspect me, Naruto said, keeping his expression unreadable. Did you do it? Jiraiya asked. Maybe, was all that Naruto said. All of the evidence point towards you, Naruto. You and Itachi are the only ones capable of using black flames because of your Mangekyou sharingan. And the Mokitan, only you and Tenzo can use it. There is also a question we have not asked you. How can you use Mokitan? Jiraiya said. There was still a problem of proving it. There was no witnesses or even any sense of Naruto chakra signature down in the root base. Not even the Inuzaka dogs could find him. The pieces of wood give no identification who the user was, so Naruto could just deny everything. So Jiraiya didn't really have a solid case against him. Interesting, said Naruto. Are you going to answer the question? Tsunade stated. As Hokage now, she had no love for Danzo. She would have killed him herself if it come up to it. But as Hokage now, he always came up clean. I have no need to give you an answer, Naruto said calmly. Naruto, this matter is serious and it needs to be solved quickly. What do you think will happen when the villagers find out that one of the Anvu organization was wiped out and their leader was left crippled? Jiraiya questioned. Well, there will be panic and think of another massacre, Naruto said calmly as he looked at Jiraiya and Tsunade. But no one really cares about Danzo. No one is crying over a situation. But I must say I am pleased for what happened to him, said Naruto. Yes, no one is complaining, but Danzo is an important figure to the village. Root also have its uses, although I would hate to admit it, Danzo trained them well. We cannot simply turn a blind eye when something like this happened, Tsunade said, looking straight at Naruto. Naruto then spoke. You know that Danzo was evil. He did so many things that could have him executed long ago. But the Sandaime allowed him to live. He also committed treason. But yet, none of you were doing nothing, Naruto said as he paused for a moment. As he looked through the window, both of you are too weak to handle the man. You could have done something to handle the matter a long time ago. But the both of you failed. But it is fine though. What happened is more enjoyable than what any of you could have done. What are you saying? Jiraiya asked. I mean, Danzo got what he deserved. He should have been taken care of a long time ago. Root shouldn't even be an organization up to this point. So the punish that was delivered on him, I am happy for that, said Naruto. I might not pity him, but we cannot overlook some things. We would not be doing a good job if we let some things slide, Tsunade stated. Jiraiya nodded as he agreed with Tsunade. This matter is serious and needs to be handled well so it will not happen again. It is like the Uchiha massacre all over again. Like I said, I don't care what happened to Danzo. I am glad that someone finally punished him. Because you all are stupid and fools. You couldn't do anything in the first place, said Naruto looking at Jiraiya. Mind what you say, Naruto. I am not those council members. Talk to me with respect. As Tsunade mentally shook her head, as she was used to the sight. I should talk to you with respect? What? Is it because you're a Sanin? Well, Orochimaru said the same thing before I killed him. Jiraiya just hardened his glare at Naruto as Tsunade just remained calm. She was not going to get worked up over things like this. Like I was saying, Danzo had attempted to kill Sarutobi because he didn't think that he was worthy of leading the village no longer. And after the failed assassination attempt, what did Sarutobi do? Nothing. Not even a slap. He just allowed him to continue to live like he was before. What evidence do you have to prove this? Tsunade asks. Because if she was in her sensei's shoes, she would have Danzo executed. It was what he deserved. Anyone who attempted to kill the Hokage should be executed. Ask Kakashi. He was the one who told Sarutobi about it. At that time, he was working for Danzo when it happened, said Naruto. So Kakashi was also involved in this, Jiraiya asks. But he got no answer from Naruto. Tsunade wondered if it was true, as she knew her sensei at times. He was a very kind and forgiving person, as she wondered if he actually forgave Danzo for trying to kill him. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. Enter, Tsunade said, as Sasuke walked in with a pile of files. What is it, Sasuke? As you can see, I am currently busy, Tsunade asked. You all must be busy questioning Naruto about Danzo, said Sasuke. What is it? Jiraiya asked again. I came here to report a S-rank operation that was carried out last night by the military force, Sasuke stated, staring at both of them. Are you saying that you were the one who almost killed Danzo and slaughtered all of his root agents? Tsunade asked as her tone became serious. Sasuke shook his head. I said that it was done by the police force, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I did it, he said. The two Sanin's eyes went to Naruto. There was no one with the manpower that could done that except for him. And also, there was no member in the police force yet other than Sasuke and him. The shinobis that Tsunade have gave Sasuke were not members yet, just trainees. You, Tsunade said, glaring at Naruto. I knew it was him. There was no one cold and heartless like him, Jiraiya said as he glared at Naruto. Tsunade turned as she looked at Sasuke. On whose authority did you commit such an act? What allowed you to do something like that? She said. On my authority, Sasuke replied as he looked at Tsunade. Your authority? Tsunade said. As she then chuckled. You have no authority, Uchiha. You cannot perform such a task in the village without my approval. Yes, I can, he said, surprising both Sanins. The police force was created to destroy any threat or any future threat against Konoha. While we had no authority to act against the Anvu, we could do what we want against Danzo. He had his own military force that, according to Konoha files, doesn't exist. His root was loyal to him and him only. His root was not under your control, only his, said Sasuke. Why? Tsunade asked, as the question was why. Sasuke had committed such a task. He was guilty of countless treason tasks that dated back to the Second Shinobi War. As for his roots, they were just as guilty. They performed such acts without a second thought. They did everything that Danzo asked them to do, even if it was to kill the Hokage. He was also guilty of stealing Uchiha property, and most recently, kidnapping Uzumaki Karin and Uzuki Uchiha, Sasuke explained, as he then placed the files on Tsunade's decks. Tsunade and Jiraiya quickly went through the files as they saw all of the evidence that Danzo committed that Naruto was telling them about. It took some minutes for the Sanins to go through all of the files. And when they did, both sighed as they took a few moments of silence as Tsunade sat back in her chair and rubbed her temple. She could not believe that Danzo has done it all. He has done so much disgusting things, and his root envoys were only loyal to him if they were going to try and take out the Hokage so Danzo could become Hokage. What else would they do? And also, he allowed them to kidnap Karin and Yujeo, the two girls who are close to Naruto. Right now, she was kind of happy that Naruto slaughtered all of the root agents and crippled Danzo. And this also proved that the police force was in its rights to destroy the roots. With all the evidence, she would have to get Danzo executed. But still, I would like to know before you do things like this, she said as she looked at both Naruto and Sasuke. Jiraiya then looked at Naruto. You planned this all, didn't you? He questioned, staring directly at Naruto. Naruto didn't comment as he just looked back at Jiraiya without saying a word. Tsunade rubbed her temple again. Sasuke, you can go, but I need you to be at the council meeting 1 p.m. sharp. He would have to explain things to the council. It was his operation. Sasuke nodded and went to take his files, but Tsunade stopped him. What are you doing? These are files of the police operation force, and they will be locked in our HQ, and these are also classified matters, Sasuke explained. Can't you give me a copy? She asked. Sasuke shook his head. That is not according to our policies, he said. Fine, said Tsunade, as Sasuke then picked up the files. As he then went away, he had done what he needed to do. Tsunade then turned her gaze to Naruto, as she wondered if he was just using the police force to do whatever he wanted. But of course, she could not deny that Danzo was a threat to the police force, and him kidnapping Yujeo and Karin. That is the reason why Naruto went after him himself. Knowing all of this, Tsunade realized that Naruto had more intel and knowledge, even what she and Jiraiya and the entire council possess. As she wanted to know where did he get all of this information, where did he learn all of the village secrets. We have to talk about some things, Jiraiya said, breaking Tsunade out of her thought. First, we told you that we know how Tenzo can use the Mokitan, but how do you know how to use it? Jiraiya asked. Naruto looked at Jiraiya for a moment, as he then looked back at Tsunade, as he knew that bad things will happen if Tsunade knew that he had her grandfather DNA implanted in him. Keke Genkai, said Naruto. We know that, but none of your parents did not have it, so how do you possess it? I refuse to answer, said Naruto. It is the same like when you asked me the origins of my sharingan. Jiraiya lost his serious expression and sighed, as he knew that Naruto will not answer. About the title of Sannin, Tsunade asked quietly. You should know that I don't see a value in such a title. Why should I be happy with such a title? Naruto asked. The title will give you the rights you wanted, Tsunade stated. No, said Naruto. I won't accept it, Naruto said, as he brought his eyes on Jiraiya. As Jiraiya knew that Naruto never respected his title, Sannin meant nothing towards him. Many people were afraid to even start a fight with Jiraiya, knowing that he's a Sannin and all, but to Naruto it seems like he doesn't even care. Tsunade nodded. Then she let out a sigh. You will get your permit, Tsunade said. I just thought that it would be in the best for Konoha to get the Sannins restored. You will get what you want, Tsunade said, but I want you to share with me village secrets that I am not aware of. You seem to know more than I do, she said. That is doable, Naruto said. I thought that you were going to refuse that, Jiraiya stated looking at Naruto. Is that all? Naruto asked. When will you start sharing? Tsunade asked. In due time, as Naruto was not going to tell more secrets than what he already told them for now. Akatsuki's need to be discussed. I have looked at the files that you gave me. Some of the members are really troublesome, but nothing that we cannot handle, Jiraiya stated. They have been quiet so far, but it will only do us good if we prepare for them, Tsunade added, along with Jiraiya as he nodded. But before we do that, we must talk about the Kyuubi. The Akatsuki are after it rather than you. What about the Kyuubi? Naruto asked. Back at the mist, you summon it. When I asked you about it, you refused to tell me anything, Jiraiya said. So, your question is, how can I summon the Kyuubi? Jiraiya nodded as he wanted to know. Well, it's because I can, Naruto said. Why do you resist on telling us how you can do it? Is it because you're controlling it with your sharingan? Jiraiya asked. Naruto rose an eyebrow. You believe I can do something like that? But no, I am not controlling the Kyuubi. I will say the same thing like before. I can summon it because I can. That is not really an answer, Tsunade said quietly. It should not be even possible for you to summon it if it was sealed inside of you. I believe Minato's seal stopped you from doing something like that. And if Naruto can summon the Kyuubi, that had to be that it was no longer sealed inside of him. But that will also be impossible. No one can survive the extraction of a Biju, especially something strong like the nine-tailed fox. If Naruto had released it, then he would be dead. It really should not matter if I can summon the Kyuubi or not, said Naruto. The thing that is important is that the Kyuubi is safe and secured. I guess you're right. We are trying to keep it away from the hands of the Akatsuki. But then again, if they want to get it, they will have to go through you first, Tsunade said with a sigh. As she knew, after what he done, no singular or two S-rank ninjas would be able to take him down. Well, as long as we still have it, Jiraiya said. Now, what are we going to do about the Akatsuki? I have already told you that I will deal with the leader, Naruto said calmly. The other members are not that interesting, so you guys can take care of them. But the leader is mine. That made me curious as to who he is, since you will not say his name, Jiraiya said, shaking his head. Well, I will head to the Sand Village today, and after that, I will head to the Cloud Village to inform the Raikage of what we know. That sounds good, Tsunade said with a small smile. I believe that is all, Naruto said as he stood up. Don't forget to be at the council meeting today at 1 p.m, Tsunade stated, as he was required to be there since he is the head of the Uchiha clan and all. Naruto did not say a word as he disappeared in black flames. Tsunade then looked at Jiraiya. I hope I won't regret giving him the same rights as you, she said. You won't, Jiraiya said in a confident tone. With things like this, we can watch him closely since he has to report to you before leaving the village. I do know that he won't tell you each time he leaves, but it is better this way. At the Uchiha compound. Well, did everything went well? Sasuke asked as Naruto appeared inside of the house. Yes, Naruto replied. He had asked Sasuke to cover for him, since he did not bother to erase everything that would link him to the destruction of Danzo's root agents. Sasuke was more than willing to do so after he told the Uchiha why he did it all. But guys, I'm going to be ending this episode right here. If you want the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notifications they posted. Remember, cheers to all of your friends on your social media platform. And thank you all and enjoy. And after this, I'm going to be posting Naruto the God of Shinobi for you guys. And on my main channel, I'm going to be posting What if Tsunade was Naruto's mother? And also, what if Naruto was trained to be a mercenary? So enjoy guys, but for now, I'm out. Peace.